Hi everybody, Calamity here, and I am still probably the laziest or slowest Genshin content creator out there. Today's video is going to be on 5.1, the special program that was released last night, or I guess this morning. And we're going to take a look at the brand new 5-star character that's coming to Genshin, as well as some other quality of life changes. Now, there's only one 5-star character coming out in 5.1. There are no other new 5 stars or 4 stars, unfortunately. So just her, and we're gonna quickly take a look at her kit. So the first thing you should take note of is on the left here. I should have an arrow pointing at them. There should be like 3 triangles on the side of the bar of the Night Blessing bar. One is blue, one is red, and one is purple, right? These are called samplers, and they correspond to the elements of your teammates. She doesn't get her own sampler, so it's only her 3 other teammates. So as you can see, this team has a Mualani, a Xilonen, and a Cookie Shinobu. That's why there's 1 Hydro, 1 Pyro, and 1 Electro. When you activate her sampler, which is when you, I believe you have to build up the Night Soul Blessing, and then you use her skill. That's when you activate the samplers, and this will decrease the enemy's resistance. It said they did say to nearby enemies. And honestly, this is a bad example because you wouldn't want Cookie Shinobu here, because she's not really doing the damage, so you don't really need her. You don't really need the electro-resistant shred. And for those wondering, you can also use her in Geo teams, because here you can see. Let me mute that for a sec. You can see here. This is probably a way clearer picture. Yeah, on the left, if you don't have any other elements. Then it's just like if you just want to use her in just a Geo team, a pure Geo team, then you can also do that as well, and she'll have Geo samplers. The only thing you can't use are Dendro and Animo samplers, I believe. So Cryo is available as well. You want to use her with Cryo teammates. It also doesn't say how much elemental resistance is lost on your enemies per sampler. So regardless though, this is a good character. Like, she's a debuffer obviously, and she's great to be used with characters like Navia, Chiori, who's also going to be on the rerun banner alongside her, and Ningguang. Any Ningguang mains out there, you just found yourself a new 5-star partner that's actually going to improve her damage by quite a bit. You know, assuming even if it's like 10% resistance shred per sampler, that's a 30% resistance shred with all 3, and that's really strong. So if you do an all Geo team, you're doing pretty well. She also has a talent where she can restore a little bit of the phlogiston, or the fuel for your other Natlan characters when they use their, like for Mualani's example, when she's surfing, right? That costs her the phlogiston when you're using it for exploration purposes. And then we can see here that they showcased the burst. It was very, there it was very brief. There is one thing I don't like about her kit, and it's kind of locked behind using her with multiple elements, and it's stated right here. I'm gonna unmute the stream and let them explain it about the burst.
Cool.
So
Xilonen's
right here,
elemental burst deals AoE Geo damage, and if she has at least 2 samplers of an element other than Geo, then her burst will restore HP to active characters at set intervals.
right there. Why? Because it sounds like she's great to be used with mono Geo teams, right? Because that's going to be a huge resistance shred. But then you lose her ability to heal because you don't have 2 other, you need 2 other elemental samplers. He says other than Geo. Why? That's a weird design choice in my opinion. I am not a fan. And we also don't know how much damage Xilonen, I'm sorry how to pronounce her name, does with the AoE damage. It might not be a lot. It might be like Navia's burst, where you want to use it just to crystallize more often, because for example, obviously if you have like Navia in the team, this is a good thing for you. So it might be less about the damage and more about the reactions that you can set up. That part right there is what I did not like. I do like her debuffing kit, and it's a very active one. It's not like just press a button to debuff. You have to build up her Night Soul's Blessing, and then with normal attacks, with her own normal attacks, and then you are able to get the resistance shred on your enemies. So she, on paper, sounds like it could be really good. Again, we have to see how much resistance she is shredding, because that is a very, very huge spike in damage for a lot of characters, depending on how much each sampler reduces elemental resistance. We'll have to wait and see once she's out, and just honestly like a week or so, and she'll be out next not this Tuesday, but the upcoming one. The first banners, I don't know if they showed it, but the first banners are gonna be Chiori and Xilonen. So obviously they do want you to use her with Geo characters, even though that means removing her ability to heal. And then the second phase, we have Nahida and Hu Tao, which, it's funny, the first half have characters that synergize well together. The second half, not so much. Hu Tao is mainly used in vaporized teams, and Nahida is used well in basically every Dendro team. Real quick though, if you are a new player and you're like, who do I pull here, Nahida or Hu Tao? If you want anything to do with Dendro teams, if you've ever heard how strong Hyper Bloom, Burgeon, Aggravate, Spread teams are, you want to pull Nahida. She is insanely good at applying Dendro to her enemies off field and consistently. Very, very strong character. She also makes gathering materials a bit easier. Hu Tao, on the other hand, is really strong at single target DPS. Especially if you're just doing the vaporized team. Very strong character, but again, Nahida definitely has more versatility when it comes to teams, whereas Hu Tao, you can just do, I guess maybe you can do like a burning team if you have Emily and stuff. Yeah, Hu Tao still has her vaporized teams as well, but Nahida has a lot more variety. But there are some more new stuff that I want to check out, and there's going to be new 4-star weapons. These are going to be available on future weapon banners. They don't really talk about what they do yet, so that's a bit unfortunate there. Right about here. Oh, this is the good stuff right here. You can finally skip
First up,
floors 9 and 10 for the Spiral Abyss. Finally. Oh my goodness. You just have to make sure you remember to claim the rewards once you do beat floor 12. This is something that I've been asking for years, and they finally delivered. Also, you know, this is something that Star Rail's been able to do for such a long time now. It's just, I'm just finally happy to see it in Genshin. This is gonna save so much time, because for a lot of us late game players or end game enjoyers out there, 9 and 10 are so trivial and easy. Every time there's a reset, it's just so free. But yeah, thank you. It's really good. What else are they changing? Oh yeah, they're adding a memory for your artifact filters, so it's gonna remember what you save. Yeah, you can see you can set filter in use as a save state, basically. So when you're trying to look for artifacts for your character, this quality of life shows you how much you can craft. If you guys saw under the source, it tells you you can craft 49 of the purple claws with this amount, and stuff like that. So very useful if you just want to know how much you can get without having to do math. Some nice quality of life changes there. Only one new character, which is a bit oof, but it is also a short update, and it should be a very generous update because it's the anniversary event. But yeah, overall, the patch looks good. We get to continue the story. I don't think there's a map expansion this time around, so for those that are worried about their exploration not being up to date, I think you'll still have more time to explore the first initial areas of Natlan, since it won't be until 5.2. We get more areas added to Natlan. Get a nice little break here, but we still get more story to go through, so that's always nice. And that's pretty much it for this special program reaction. I'll take a look at the character in more depth once she's actually out. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.